Most people think success comes from one big moment. A massive investment win, a six-figure raise, hitting millionaire status, retiring early, big flashy milestones that feel life-changing. But here's the truth most people miss. Those moments are rare. They're outliers. The people who actually reach them usually don't get there in one leap. They get there by stacking small wins, quietly, consistently, over years. And if you don't understand the power of small wins, you'll always feel like you're falling behind. Let me show you what I mean. £1 million isn't some mysterious number. It's just £1,000 repeated 1,000 times. That sounds boring, but that's exactly why it works. You don't need a startup exit. You don't need to flip houses. You don't need crypto luck or a viral moment. You just need to earn, save, or not spend £1,000 enough times. That's it. Let's make this real. Maybe you choose a slightly cheaper place to live and save £250 a month compared to the nice flat across town. That's £3,000 a year. One small win. Or maybe you keep your paid off car instead of upgrading to a £45,000 SUV. That £700 monthly payment you didn't take on? That's over £8,000 a year you kept. No one applauds that decision. But it quietly changes your future. Stack a few of those choices together and suddenly you're tens of thousands ahead of where you would have been, without feeling like you sacrificed your life. Now, let's say you pick up overtime, a side gig, or negotiate a slightly better role and bring in an extra £1,000 a month. That's £12,000 a year. That's already more than 1% of $1 million in just 1 year. Add a few smaller tweaks, cheaper insurance, lower energy bills, eating out less, and suddenly you're saving or earning £1,000 a month without doing anything extreme. And here's where it gets interesting. Put that £1,000 into a simple global or S&P 500 tracker. Historically, after inflation, that's returned about 7% per year. Do that for 30 years? You're not sitting on nice savings, you're sitting on over £1.2 million. No inheritance, no business empire, just boring, consistent decisions repeated over time. And this applies everywhere, not just investing. Take debt, student loans, credit cards, car finance. They feel endless. Sending an extra £25 doesn't feel like it matters. But £25 a month is £300 a year. Over 5 years, that's £1,500 off the balance plus less interest. More importantly, you shorten the timeline. Debt is painful not just because of the amount, but because of how long it hangs around. Anything that speeds up the exit matters. No one claps for that £25 payment. But those habits separate people who get ahead from people who stay stuck. Small wins don't mean living like a monk. Sometimes it's choosing the £12 bottle of wine instead of the £24 one, not to be cheap, but because you're paying attention. Sometimes it's a local weekend plan instead of an expensive trip. Still fun, still relaxing, just smarter. Sometimes it's cooking with friends instead of going out. Same laughter, lower bill, nothing flashy, everything effective. Buying a home within your means is another small win that compounds. Maybe it's not perfect on day one, but you're not stretched. You can fix things without debt. You can furnish it slowly. You can actually enjoy living there. 5 years later, you're glad you didn't overreach, even if no one noticed at the time. Saving your first £1,000 emergency fund? That's 0.1% of $1 million. Sounds laughable. Until you realise that's one small action. Now imagine stacking dozens of those at the same time. This is where people go wrong. Social media only shows the highlight reel. Early retirees, big exits, passive income screenshots. So your £200 pension contribution, your modest raise, or simply paying all your bills this month feels meaningless. It isn't. That's how people get there. The people who build wealth understand something simple. Progress doesn't look impressive while it's happening. They say yes to overtime. They bring lunch most days. They resist lifestyle creep when pay rises come, and no one congratulates them for it. But 10, 15, 20 years later, the gap is enormous. The people who dismiss small steps as not worth it are often in the exact same financial position decades later. So if you're not where you want to be yet, don't panic. You don't need a massive move tomorrow. Look for the win that's already in front of you. Paying bills on time, reducing credit card balances, saying no to an unnecessary purchase, keeping expenses steady after a raise, saving even £50 this month, delaying an expensive car upgrade. These are wins. They don't feel exciting, but they build momentum, and momentum changes everything. $1 million doesn't appear overnight. It's built £1,000 at a time. Freedom doesn't arrive suddenly. It arrives £25 at a time. One better choice at a time. And there's one last piece most people overlook: mindset. Every small win sends a message to yourself. I'm in control. I can handle this. I'm making progress. Confidence doesn't come from giant leaps, it grows from repetition. Most people never feel successful all at once. That feeling comes from stacking quiet wins until your life slowly looks different. So if you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or behind, simplify. Pick one thing this week, save £50, make one extra payment, read 10 pages, shop insurance, stay late 1 hour, then do it again. Because the big moments everyone chases, they're built on the small wins almost no one respects. And the people who understand that eventually stop needing luck at all. This is Budget and Build, helping you build the life you want, one smart decision at a time. Let's do this.